Alright, I'm going to show you guys, for most of you guys that were at the class, saw how easy this actually is, but I'm going to show you guys how this expired slash canceled scrubber works, so it can clean all the listings that have been relisted. Maybe they have been sold since they've been canceled, or they're currently under contract. And that can be very tedious to go back and look at every individual one. So what this system is going to do is it's going to scrub it for you. So I'm going to show you real quick how this works. Number one, what you have to do is you have to have Flex MLS open. And then you're going to go to your Dropbox. If you guys don't have it on your desktop, but just go to the Dropbox. And then there's a folder called KW Dropbox. Then there's a file in there called Expired Cancel Lead Generator 2.0. So click on that, or double click and open it up. It is a large file because there's a lot of formulas going on inside of it. So it'll take just a second for me to open. Since I'm recording, it'll take a little bit longer. It won't take this long for you guys. So you open up the program, and slowly but surely it'll open. Okay, and then it's got a couple different things here. It's got the scale here letting you know how much money you can make over a 90-day period if you actually stay consistent, and it does it by a certain conversion ratio. So it's just the 8% conversion ratio over 90 days should, if you hit everything, you could possibly generate $73,000, and that would be selling 40% of them. And then if you sell 60% of the listings, it can be up in the $100,000 ratio. And that's at a $170,000 sale price. And then there's the instruction page, which walks you through everything I'm going to show you in this video. And then all we're going to do is we're going to paste in two files. We're going to export the expired file, and so we're going to run a certain criteria that we want to search for expireds. And then we're going to run the same search, but now we're going to do the search for the homes that are active, sold, or pending in that same criteria. And then what the system's going to do is it's going to say, okay, if one shows up in both of these files, kick it out. If basically saying, okay, this one's on this list and it's on this list, kick it out because that's no longer going to be something that I want to market to. So all you do is you go into CMAR, do a full search, and I'm going to do the canceled and expireds one first. So I'm going to search for canceled expired residential, and let's say I want to do, get that out of my way here. So I want to do, let's say I want to do Northwest Rochester. So I can go to MLS area, go to Rochester, go Northwest, and I want to do homes from 100,000 to 200,000. I'm going to hit this little update, see how many I get, and that's 233. I'm going to go to the date range to select a certain date frame that I want. And the dates are set here. So this is 12/21, so it goes back a year when you go in. So I just want to do the ones so far this year that have not been relisted. I want to send something to these people. So I just set 1/1. Now I do the update. So now I've got 166 homes. So I would basically, that would be my file to send out to 166 people, but I don't want to send to all of them because I know there's been some of them that have been relisted, possibly sold, or now currently under contract. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to view all 166 of these. I'm going to check this box right here, and then what we're going to do is we have the ability to export this data. So we're just going to hit export. It asks us to put in this little gibberish. So do that, hit the export button, and it's going to create my file down here. I'm going to let it do its thing. Again, it's taking a little bit longer since I'm recording my screen. It's bogging the computer down. But then I take that file. Now it gives you a ton of data, and how this program is going to go through and purify and select the data that you need. So all you do is you hit this little top button right here, which selects the entire workbook. Right click and then say copy, and then go into the program. And this is the file for export, expired, and canceled. So we're going to click on that slowly but surely. It's taking a second. Then we just right click and then we paste in that information. And now it's going to take a second because it's going to go through and grab all the data that it needs. And now we're going to go back to Flex. We're going to go back to the search. We're going to edit the search. Now what we're going to do is just change it to active, closed, and pending. And to select multiple ones of that, you have to hold down the control key. Now we're going to go to the date. And we got to do these three right here need to be checked. And all we do is 1/1/2011, 1/1/2011, 1/1/2011. Let's update that. Alright, so you set those dates again. So each one of those, sorry, the video cuts off, so I'm piecing this together. So now you have your date set. So now all you do is we updated the count. So now we're going to view all 485 of those homes. This is Northwest Rochester. We're going to check that box. It's going to give you a little warning sign, no big deal. But then just hit export again. So now we're going to take all of these homes and put them into the program. TAGV, hit the export button, and it's creating that file there. I'm just going to delete that one. I don't no longer need that. So I'm just waiting for this file to create, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it into this other tab called the Export Active Sold and Pending file. So I give it just a second here. It's a little bit larger because there's 400 some homes on this one. And there it is. So now I just go to this, hit copy, and now I go into the program and I just paste that in there. So now, if you remember, we had 166 homes that were expired. So now what it's doing is, and you can see it's thinking, it's going through and it's trying to find anything that has, and it scrubs it 3 different ways. It scrubs it by the MLS number, because if it was relisted within 90 days, it has the same MLS number. And then if it's been over 90 days, it'll have a new MLS number, so it needs to scrub it by 2 other things as well. So it scrubs it by the property ID number, and then it's also going to scrub it by the address. So there's no way something can show up on there. So now you have this new tab here, which is choose the ones you want to market to, and let's see how many we have left. So out of that 166, 142 of them have not been relisted or resold. So now we can market to all of those, and it automatically puts them all onto a label and grabs their name if their name was on there. If it's not, it's going to put a current homeowner there. So if there was no owner on that, it'll put the current homeowner for the name of the label. So these labels automatically generate. You don't have to do anything. You just print them off onto the labels. And then let's say you go through this list. So number 1, Thomas Bauman. So he's my second person here. If I take the X out of there and I go back to my labels, he's no longer there. The labels automatically adjust and move the next person in line. So if there's certain people on this list that you don't want to send anything to, just remove the X, and then that will remove them from the labels, and it'll put somebody else in their spot, and it'll fill up as many label sheets as you need. So it looks like it's 5 pages for this one. Where the zeros are, that means that's the end of the labels. So then you just print the first 5 pages of this. So that is it. That is all you have to do. Again, the instruction files walk you through step by step, showing you exactly what I did. It's very detailed, making sure that you guys see everything on there. But now you have the ability to send out something every single day and give you some sort of lead generation activity that you can do every single day using the expires and cancels off the market. That is just one way of doing it. There's plenty more lead generation options out there, but you got to have systems in place that are making you constantly lead generate every single day.